to the Fabio on the BBC Radio 1, 97 to 99 FM.
This program might contain strong language. If you're easily offended, switch off now. Switch off now. Switch off now.
It's a UK thing, it's a worldwide thing. Drum and bass on Radio 1.
Radio 1.
It's the Fabio on Radio 1. 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 Radio 1.
New hour holds new chances for new beginnings. The horizon leans forward, offering you space to place new steps of change.
Yeah. Many thanks. Great way to start the show. Yeah. Many thanks to Annie Mac. That's what I was meant to say. Great show, as usual, by Annie. 10 till 12. Every Friday, the best in everything. Annie Mac in the house, blowing up as per usual. Kicks off the show today. The Horizons. In the mix. That was Horizons, Danny Bukem. The reason why I started the show with one of the greatest drum and bass tunes of all time was because we have got the man himself in the house. He's actually going to have the honour of co-presenting the show with me tonight. So Danny Bukem, it's Fabio and Bukem in the house. And we're going to be talking lots of things to talk about. He was telling me the most amazing story that in the second half of the show, we'll be talking about that. So it's Bukem in the house. We've also got all the usual bits and pieces. Anyway, enough of the talk. Brand new from Eveson. Sweet and wonderful. It's Fabio. It's Radio 1. It's Friday night, Saturday morning. sound of Eveson and a track entitled Sweet and Wonderful. Right, you know we're doing our Legend series, and we've had Jumping Jack Frost, we've had Mickey Finn, we've had many DJs, and there's many DJs still to come. We've got Hype coming and a few others. But one of the real legends of the game. We're talking about legends. We're not talking about somebody who's been in the game like 5 years, or we're talking about from the start. We've got Danny Bukem co-hosted. I don't know how you wrangled that one. We've got Danny Bukem co-hosted tonight. What is up, Dan?
Yeah, what are you saying, Fabs?
Yeah, I'm all right, man.
It's about time I did one, got some sensible presentation, you know what I mean? So, listeners, this is the Bukem and Fabio show.
Good to have you here, though, Dan.
Hey, always good to see you, Fabs. Always good.
You haven't been here for about 8 months. No, it's a couple of years, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a bit long. I've been held back, mate. You know, have just been keeping me out of the picture. I don't know what that's all about. I'm a legend, but I'm out of the picture. What's all that about?
A legend, and you know what? He's come, right? He's co-hosting the show, and he ain't bought no tunes.
Hey, listen. Everyone out there that knows Fabio, all right, knows that he don't phone no one for like 10 years anyway. So from when I knew I was on the show, I thought I'd get a little phone call from Fabio. Yeah, we're going to do the show together. We're going to do it like this. Nothing. Phone's dead. Nothing. You phone him up, answer machine, change the number. So come on, man.
Oh, man.
But I brought some stuff in, though.
No, you have. You've brought some stuff in. So we've got a few old school things Danny's going to play. We're going to be lots and lots of talk because we've got a lot to catch up on. And
well, I'm going to give the old school stuff away, actually.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to give. I brought in like 3 original, good-looking tracks from like 10, 12, 13 years ago.
Wicked.
And you, the public, can have them.
Ah, that. So we're going to do the competition in the second half of the show. We've also got a mix from you as well, yeah?
That's right. Yeah, I couldn't be bothered to do a mix for you.
Yeah.
So I just pirated one of the mixes from a gig about you know them guys that are recording you all the time. You just go up to them and like say, mate, give us the that on a tape or it's gonna be trouble.
Yeah.
And so I got one of those mixes for you, from Heidelberg a few weeks ago. Yeah.
And we've also got the drum and bass chart this week. We've got competitions. We've got it all going on. So it's the normal stuff, but we've got Bukem in the house, co-presenting, co-doing his own thing. We're going to be chatting and the whole Legends thing, and he's going to be giving away some old school stuff, which is great. So anyway, brand new from A-Sides. I know Danny will be feeling this thing. Have you got this thing yet? Milk and Honey?
Oh, come on now. Come on now. It's certain people have to play them tunes.
Yeah,
and me and you are two of them, man, you know, fams.
A-Sides is so underrated as well, you know.
Do you know what? I was talking to Jay last night, actually, and I was saying, what are you eating at the moment, man?
Yeah,
like that last thing he done, that like an Eamon thing that sounds like some Bob James or an Eamon.
Incredible.
Amazing, man, but yeah, amazing.
Love the little kind of keys and everything in this, man. Bad tune.
Absolutely, man.
Check this out. It's Milk and Honey, A-Sides, Bukem and Fabio in the house. The sound of A-sides and a track entitled Milk and Honey. How bad is that, Dan?
Too bad, too strong.
So listen, what you been up to, man? I mean, like, you was here a couple of years ago, and
I think the last time we spoke as well, I think Golden Girl.
That's right. It was around that time.
Yeah, so you are talking 2 years ago.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So has a lot happened since then? Any kind of transitions?
Yeah, well, I mean, as far as like label-wise, the last 2 years, we kind of took a break, you know? Mm-hmm. We've done like 15 years, the label.
Yeah.
Demon's Theme was 1992.
God,
and we've been going,
you're joking.
Yeah, we've been going strong ever since. And I just needed like to kind of take a refreshing look at what I was doing and how we were doing the label and everything else. And a lot of artists at that time kind of got their own ideas about doing their own things and thought they didn't want to be part of a part of a collective. And so that kind of obviously changed my way as well. But it's been nice. We had 2 years off, and we released Makoto
Golden Girl?
No, Makoto's album Believe in My Soul the other day as a first release back kind of thing.
Okay.
So we're back in the fray now, and we've got lots of things to put out. So I've been doing that. I've been shutting down Bukem MySpace pages. And,
What do you mean by that?
Well, that's how I got into the whole MySpace thing in the first place. Was I found 2 Bukem MySpace pages with about 10,000 friends on them. I was like, oh yeah.
Are you being serious? Yeah.
Oh no, that's not the end of it. So I basically got friendly with this guy.
Yeah.
And I said, look, it's me. I am Bukem. Yeah. I said, like, how about we do this together? It'd be great. I think you're doing a great thing. He went, yeah, okay. So he gave the password and I shut him down. Right? So basically, when I'm looking on what he's been doing, I'm just checking out this madness. The guy's been answering as me for about, I don't know, say about 200 questions that people were writing into him. And then obviously it got too hard for him and he couldn't answer questions about gigs, this, that, the other. And so he just stopped doing it and it got too much for him. And it kind of like, I was like, you know what, I better do a MySpace page. But now, if you tap in my name now, I've just found 10 more. 10! I've got to shut down 10 more people.
So hang on a minute. Hold on. I've got to stop this tune a minute because I need to know what is the purpose of this though? Why are they doing that?
Well, this is what I'd love to know.
Are they making money out of it? They can't be making money.
No, they're certainly not going to my gigs, putting my glasses on and putting the earplug in and playing a set, so they're not doing that. They ain't, I don't know, I don't quite know what they're doing. But
do you know what it is? They just want to be you.
Do you know what? They must have.
But that is so weird.
No, but this one recently, you know what, when I go home, I'm going to get your name.
Yeah.
And I'm going to send you a URL.
Please.
This Bukem MySpace page, right? It's got a picture of the sky. And it's basically got all my tunes, most of them, even ones that weren't written by me that he must have thought that were written by me. He's put them all up there and basically, yeah, he's just, I don't know,
He's just running with it, yeah?
Yeah, he must need a boost or something for the day, or he must need someone telling him good show last night, or some, I don't know, whatever, I don't know.
You know what, as well, another thing we're going to touch on later on in the show is the obsession with computers, which I actually starting to think is extremely dangerous. The way, I think, you see, that's my problem with MySpace and things like that. As much as there's a good side, there is a cloning side, people cloning you and doing all kinds of crazy stuff on there.
Absolutely.
And it's really, really dangerous, man. There's other little instances that I've heard of, and it's all getting a bit mad. But we'll talk about technology, because I know you're a technology man. We're going to talk about everything. We're going to talk about the past, present, and future. And we've got to talk about this incredible tale of how you really found yourself as well, yeah?
Absolutely.
Right, it's Danny Bukem and Fabio in the house. In the background, you can hear Comics, How You Gonna Feel. It's Radio 1.
To hold you near. Years that
sound of comics from the forthcoming album on Metalheads with Steve Spacek, and that is How You Gonna Feel. Nice tune, isn't it? That's a lovely little tune, that is.
Beautiful tune, man. I love how Spacek is doing his vocals and adding a whole new dimension to the way he puts a vocal on a track, and it so complements drum and bass.
Yeah,
and,
it's very Pharrellish though, isn't it?
Yeah, totally.
But
totally.
he's got his own kind of click going on as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
But anyway, Dan, so listen, what, you getting loads of tunes at the moment and stuff?
Yeah, it's like, we'll chat about that the other day. It's kind of almost a major prolific time for music making, I think, in the scene. And I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm getting like more tunes sent to me now than we did when we were doing Speed in those days. And it's, you can't actually keep up with the amount of great music out there.
Quality as well. The quality. You know what I think is, Dan, and another big thing is that there's a whole new generation that have landed at the same time. Guys that are 20, 21, 22, and they've got that hunger that the Photex, the Source Directs had.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
And people like that, you know, that hunger that we all had.
Yeah.
And some people have lost their hunger, and you know, I'm not talking about someone losing their hunger, but now a case in point is this next track, Drift to the Center, right? Photek is known kind of worldwide as one of the pioneers of a sound in drum and bass, moving drum and bass on.
No doubt.
And I've even heard through certain people that he's disassociating himself totally with the old stuff that he used to make.
But that's what I heard as well, and I heard that basically he doesn't even like you mentioning the fact that those tunes are him or associated with him. Well, I've got to tell you something.
Listen,
yeah.
Rupert, listen, let me tell you something from now. You need to Rupert, you need to listen to these things. You need to listen to these things again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Like Rebirth and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You need to listen to this track because this is one of... do you know what? I forgot this was on your label.
Yeah, 1994, man. Yeah.
1994?
Yeah, 94.
13 years ago, yeah.
And you got to remember things like as well for Rupert, like Saturn's Returns and those kind of tunes that, I mean, they are, along with this tune, just part of the scene's history, you know. And
Fusion, remember Fusion? Oh, what a tune. What a tune. And to disassociate yourself with it is a bit sad.
A bit incorrect.
Yeah, we know Hollywood's is, you know, the lights are gleaming and the Gwen Stefani parties and keep it real, dog. I'll say, I don't really care, you know, Dan. I will say it. I'll blow them up. But this is from 1994, yeah?
Yeah, 94 this came out.
And this is about your 10th release or something, right?
Yeah, it is, yeah. This is actually, hang on. No, this is after I'd done Good Looking Records for a few years, and I wanted to do Looking Good Records. And this was like I don't know, look at them setting the record forever. This was like number 2 or 3 on Looking Good.
I think it's number 3, actually.
That's right. So, boy.
What a tune, though, man.
How many years ago was that, man?
Sounds real slow, though, man.
you need them new techniques for the plus 16, right?
Plus 16, one of them ones. It's Photek, Drift to the Center. Myself and Danny Bukem in the house. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, I was going to say also I'll be giving this away as well. It's an original 94 copy.
Giving it away to me?
No. Your copy's got like all cigarette burns in it and all.
A week after I had it.
Oh, mate.
So we're going to be giving this away later in a Bukem competition. We've got a mix coming up. We've got the charts coming up in 2 tunes' time. It's Fabio and Bukem.
The rewind, Fabs. In case everyone don't know, it's not a new tune. Fabs just played it at a higher tempo.
This is the 170 BPM.
Yeah, that was the 130 mix.
Is it at the right speed? Is it up? Because
No! Hey, Fab, the mic ain't up!
it's all right. It's my show anyway.
It's not! I'm doing it with you!
This was planned, actually. And I had some really interesting questions to ask him as well. I don't know if to shout across. No, I won't. I'll wait till my producer comes back. That is the sound of Photech. What a tune, Drift to the Centre. I played that a couple of weeks ago, some old school thing I did. I absolutely smashed it. Everyone's coming to me and saying, can you send me that on AIM? It was a new thing. From the 1994, 13 years ago. Absolutely amazing. We have got Danny Bukem in the house. He's been locked off for about 5 minutes.
Yeah, anyway, I'm back now.
Oh, no, he's back.
Yeah, anyway, Radio 1, the LTJ Bukem drum and bass show. Guest Fabio.
Do you like doing radio, Dan? Do you
know what? I'm going to... as you know, I've done like a little cosmic show on Kiss from 10 years ago and my own little show and whatever. I'm actually... I'm going to get straight back into that and do a little podcast radio show. And I love it. It's personal.
Yeah, for sure.
It's expressive. You know, you can go down different musical avenues and really get a flavour of what you're about out, you know, which you sometimes maybe can't do in an hour and a half set somewhere.
No, definitely. Also, we have got some questions for Danny Bukem. We're going to be doing some questions and answers.
Not too much controversy, please.
No, we're not going to have any controversy tonight.
Do you know what I mean? Not them same old boring old questions that don't make any sense anymore. Yeah, and I've got a little thing here. You can also get in touch with the show. Text 81199 or email fabio@bbc.co.uk. What? Hey, that should be email Bukem, shouldn't it? Email Danny@bbc.co.uk and ask some more questions. You might get an answer.
You might not. And we've got the charts coming up next. We've got the charts coming up straight after this tune. Brand new by a guy entitled Brother. Little thing entitled Untitled. Jazz.
Hey, next, and as a next dude, man.
Yeah, he's coming with some things, you know.
Oh, do you know what?
Did you get this thing? Untitled. I'm going to have to start again. One of them ones. I'm going to start again. You know how we do, Dan.
Yeah, man.
Which he's got a thing called Watermark that I really like.
That was when me and you played out together about a couple of months ago, and I went to you, I whispered to you, yeah, Fab's getting a bit self-indulgent here, and put on that Watermark tune, and totally, man, it's a total just piece of soul, isn't it?
He's another guy. He's just come from nowhere. He just sent me a tune on AIM, and I just thought, this tune is bad. So big shouts going out to Brother. Little thing called Untitled Jazz. We've got Bukem in the mix. We've got competitions. And we've got the charts coming up next. And we've got some questions and answers for Danny Bukem. Plus, we're going to be talking about the scene. And I think what we're going to talk about next is where do we see drum and bass going?
Liquid Funk on Radio 1.
A tear.
That's a great track from Brother. I forgot what Fab, what's it called again, Fab?
Untitled Jazz.
Untitled Jazz. Yeah, wicked tune, man. Like I said before, get in touch with the show with some texting, 81199, or email Fabio at bbc.co.uk. We've got a few to read out here, which I'm going to do before the chart. Fabio, listen, they're also Fabio, you know. Didn't no one else coming in?
We've got a questions and answers thing for
all right. Okay, all right. Fabio, can you dedicate a tune to me? I'm working a 12-hour shift to cover what I spent at Gatecrasher the other week. I can well believe that. That's coming from Dev in Middlesbrough. Yes, Fabio. Keeping us going through the night, sorting mail in Dagenham. That's from Gavin. Yeah, don't nick the mail, Gav. We know how that one goes.
Yeah, you know, innit?
Hi, Fabio. We're having a 14th birthday sleepover and raving to your tunes. 14? Hey, listen, man. What's going on there, man? And raving. What time is it? What's going on there? I mean, what time in the morning is it now?
It's nearly kind of 1 o'clock.
Hey, listen, man. You should be tucked up somewhere.
See, we're going to be talking about that later on, you know, things like that. Well, the world's changed, isn't it?
And the shouts out are Betty, Rosie, Martha, Emily, and Laura.
14.
Goodness me. Here's one shout out to DJ Sensor.
Okay.
And DC. I wonder what he does at night. Hey, DJ Sensor. Big up the tunage tonight from MC Breezer and the Dirt Needle Recordings crew, heading out for a large one, you see?
Oh, all right.
You see?
Yeah.
I was right. Anyway, Fabs, you going to do the chart now?
Yep. We've got the official 1 Extra and Radio 1 D&B chart.
Cool.
There is... we're just going to go in. We're going in, actually. Last week's number 1 was Clips. Going to see if he's rolling at number 1 again tonight.
The official 1 Extra Radio 1 Drum and Bass Top 10. Number 10.
Number 10 is Drum Sound and Bassline Smith, Scumbag VIP on Technique Down 3. Number 9 is Spore and Molehill on Subtitles Non-Mover. Number 8, Alex Perez and Sabre, Solitary Native on Shogun Limited, Non-Mover. Number 7, True Blue by Skitty from the Roughage EP, various artists, Down 2.
Number 6,
Chasing Status, the Dumpling Riddim on Ram, Down 3. Number 5, Example, Low Down on Ram, the highest new entry this week. Number 4, Beliefs from this is Missing Link from the Beliefs EP on Hospital, Newto, up 2.
Number 3,
DJ Hazard, Big Tune, Busted on Players, Down 1. Number 2, Benny Page and the Battlefield on Digital Soundboy, up 2. Remember, you can catch the next instalment of the show, of the charts, every Tuesday with L Double on 1 Extra. That's on at 7 p.m. L Double on 1 Extra. Catch the show first. We do a summary of the charts on Friday. This is number 1 this week, the official UK 1 Extra D&B chart number 1. Clips and Rubbish on Audio Zoo. Last week's number 1, this week's number 1. smashing it up. Big shout going out to Clips, all the crew down there in Bristol. Can I let it roll?
You're chatting rubbish. Chatting rubbish. You're chatting rubbish.
Number one, the sound of Clips on Audio Zoom and Rubbish. That's the name of the tune, actually. That is the name of the tune. It's called You're Chatting Rubbish.
I'm
right?
glad you said that because it sounded all wrong.
Yeah, it didn't sound right.
In fact, it did.
It sounded wrong, so I'm not saying that. I'm just saying the tune's called Rubbish. Catch the next instalment of the show. What happened there? Too much smoking. Catch the next instalment of the show next Tuesday with L Double. Every Tuesday, 7 o'clock. Check out L's show as well. Wicked show. Anyone you want to big up, Dan?
No.
All right.
Simple answer there,
Straight
really.
answer to that, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, in a day, man, everyone knows, man, I'm not a hater, I'm a lover, man. So, in a
for
day,
sure.
man, everyone, big up to everyone.
No, for sure, man.
Yeah, man.
So you got a tune for us now. This is from back in... listen, I forgot about this one.
Do you know what?
Forgot about this one, Dan.
So did I, until it was. I saw it on my floor of my record room. I was like, you know what? I'll bring that in. But yeah, we're going back again to.
What year is this?
This is 94 again, I think. 94, 95.
Yeah, it's 94. I think it's 94, man.
Definitely.
And this is a guy called Invisible Man who used to be around a lot, man. Used to run with Quiff and Smithy and them guys.
Yeah, big up to Graham, man. Graham was prolific back in the day. It's a shame that he doesn't make stuff nowadays.
But you know what, though? Do you know what sometimes is good? Sometimes when people pull out, when they just feel creatively that they can't give anymore. And I think it does happen, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Look how much people along the way that we've known and they've just stopped making music. And I think it's better they do that than just make a pile of nonsense and make themselves look stupid, really.
That's right, man. They leave it with a kind of testament of time.
No,
you know
for
what I mean?
sure. Because
Yeah.
I saw Graham and I said to him, why doesn't he make music? And he said, Fab, because I just couldn't do myself justice anymore. And, fair enough.
Absolutely,
Fair
yeah.
play.
Yeah, fair play to him indeed.
Wicked tune, though, man. Bells.
And we're also going to give this away as well as part of the competition.
For sure. We've got Danny in the mix.
And we're not talking no repress business, original pressure.
original business. It's Danny Bukem and Fabio in the house. Radio 1. This is how we do. Right. Question. No, but before I even go further, wicked tune, man. Bells.
Mate, that tune hasn't dated one bit since then, you know.
Not at all.
Not
Proper,
at all, man.
proper things,
I was thinking the other day, some music, like, of course, when we first started, we had a lot of kind of stuff that was like, you know, we used to get the big chunks of soul tunes bunged on a beat, and that was a tune kind of thing. You know, a bit like, well, some tunes today actually, but Michael Jackson, but no, like just a bit, you know, like it's kind of. That was kind of a real song that kind of definitely timeless and will last forever, man.
Kept that
Great
groove.
track.
It's got that groove. It's got that vibe. And
absolutely.
Just like Links, that link.
Chameleon thing, close your eyes
like
and
come on now, come on, Danny.
Yeah.
Right, listen, we asked you a couple of weeks ago if you wanted to ask the man himself some questions, and these are some of the questions. We've got questions from all over the world, from Australia, from America, from Ireland, from Northern Ireland, and from England. Here we go with some questions and answers for Danny Bukem.
Hi Bukem, it's Mark up from Malvern. Just wondering if you're going to be releasing any more of the Progression Sessions albums mixed by someone from your stable, Good Looking Records, or any other DJs that you know. Cheers.
Good question. Well, now we've kind of started the label back again after a couple of years. In actual fact, next month I'm doing the Exit Festival, which Fabio will know all about. One of the biggest.
About it as well.
Yeah, I mean it's the biggest festival in Europe, I think, at the moment now. I mean, I think actually 10,000 people from England are flying over there to it, you know, to attend it.
Serious, bruv?
Yeah, and that's just how it is. And I think we've got a massive stage. I played it before, but I'm not sure which arena I'm playing in. But I'm going to record that with some DVD cams, and we're going to release a DVD mix from that festival of like a Progression Sessions Exit in Serbia. So I'm very into doing those kind of things. Actually, you know, spending a bit of money, probably losing a lot, but that's the way it goes. But actually putting out a product that you know, moves our label, the music that people involve forward.
Yeah,
and,
definitely, man.
Yeah, so the answer to the question is definitely yes. Every year there's going to be a Progression Sessions mix of some description coming out the label.
Wicked stuff.
Hello, it's Asha from Clapham. My question for Bukem is this. Bukem, where do you get your sexy glasses from? I think they're wicked.
Vision Express.
You know what? Glasses would have been fine, you know what I mean? Well, actually, there's a funny story behind my glasses, actually, because about 8 years ago, I met a guy from Berlin called Ralph, and he said to me, Bukem, I'm starting a glasses company, and I'd like to give you all my glasses. I'm thinking, what? I'm thinking, wicked, man, I'm going to get a suitcase full of glasses after my gig tonight or something, you know? But it comes with like 4 pairs of glasses. And these glasses, you can snap the arms off. You sit on them, they all come apart and put them back together again. And
seriously?
I've got them on now, yeah. You can like literally just, I'll give Fabio a demonstration. You know what I mean?
Oh, right, yeah. You want to give me them glasses back demonstration.
So basically, we kind of got really friendly, and he then started to give me all kinds of glasses, and they're all the glasses that you've seen me wear the last 10 years. The company's called IC Berlin, and you can get them icberlin.de, I think, which is for Germany. And now he's got like massive offices in Japan, America.
No way, man.
The other day I went to see him, and he gave me some glasses, and he's got like about 700 people working for him.
Oh,
and a whole, it's an amazing story. It really is.
That's incredible, man.
It's an amazing story. But check it out, IC Berlin, and he has got some phenomenal glasses. Amazing.
Okay, thanks, Asha.
Hi, this is Simon from Belfast. I was just wondering when the next solo album's coming out. I really like Journey Inwards. Cheers, bye.
Let's do some maths here. Good Looking started in 1991, first album 2000. So I reckon about, what, 212, 214 or something?
Yeah, if you're lucky.
Yeah, no, actually the answer to that question is simple. I'm working on stuff now. I've actually finally allowed myself time for a life, which is not a gripe or a complaint, but it's a fact. For the last 15 years, it's been all Good Looking, Bukem, DJing, sorting out other artists, actually helping more people's careers than myself, as is quite evident now, as you can see, in the light of where we are now. But no, another album is like top of my priority to put out, and I can't wait to get stuck into some studio stuff and working with different artists as well. And the next few years, definitely going to do an album. It's going to be called something like What Price Art.
Oh, really, yeah?
There you go.
Very, very deep.
Yeah, absolutely.
But are you in a good place? Have you reached a stage in your career? Because we all do. We all get to a stage where You feel, especially at our age, 30, that
What do you mean? I'm 28.
But especially at our age, do you feel that you do need a bit more time off and you don't have to prove yourself so much, or are you still that focused and that, well, not focused, driven?
I don't know. It's a very good question. That is driven. Yes, I mean, music is my life, and that's what I do. And I don't think anything can motivate me by my girl anymore than that. You know, it's just a fact of life. But a few things have happened to me in the last 6 months that have kind of put my life into perspective. You know, and I don't know if you've got time to talk about it now.
No.
No,
no. We need 6-7 minutes because it's deep. It's deep. So we're going to do it in about 10 minutes. Man.
Okay. But yeah, we're going to come on to that. But some different things have been going on in my life, which we'll come on to, which kind of just explained everything to me, and it all makes sense now. Absolutely. But driven and motivated, all those things, inspired more than ever before.
Yeah, man. Well, I tell you what, another thing that I've got to kind of like put a quick one for you, because you're the only DJ I know, right, especially in drum and bass, that does this. You do sound checks at every single gig you do, right?
Yeah, totally, yeah.
I have got so much admiration for you doing that.
But it's like, do you know, it's funny though, the other day, right, I was in Black Market, all right? Because I go record shopping all the time now, because people don't send me their vinyl.
Yeah.
You play it on dub for 2 years, you don't get a vinyl.
Yeah.
Another story anyway. So I was in Black Market, getting him a vinyl and stuff, and I was talking about exactly the same thing to Nicky Black Market. And Nicky goes, Danny, he goes, the other day I went to a gig, there was no turntables. And I went, look, we've been talking about sound checks for the last half an hour, and there's the exact reason why, because people don't appreciate what you go through from gig to gig to gig. It's not like playing in your bedroom on a set kind of set of apparatus and stuff. I believe, you know, a band, it's like being a band, being a drummer and starting to play your set without a bass pedal.
Yeah.
It don't make sense. So for me, it's like, why go and travel 5,000 miles to New York, LA, whatever, and not have a monitor that works?
Yeah.
And you're playing in front of 1,000 people, you're straight in the gig. So I'm like, well, you know what? I actually know what monitor I like.
Yeah.
You know what? I actually know what height I like the monitor. I actually know what needles I like. I actually know the position that I like it, so that I can do a good mix.
Yeah, no, for sure.
You know, otherwise it becomes a bit like amateur dramatics, as my girl always says. He thinks that we lot are. It's like amateur dramatics. You know, you're not prepared for anything, and that doesn't make sense for me.
No, it's great because, you know, as much as, you know, because I go places and promoters say to me, "Oh, Bukem, man," you know, he would have played. He would have played.
I had this self-powered monitor
so much, and I'm like, yo, well, listen, that's the way he does his thing, right? And at the end of the day, you're just lucky that everyone doesn't do their thing like that, because we all should actually do that. We all should do sound checks. We all should make sure the sound's right, because 90% of the places I play in, Dan, there's better car stereos out there.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And
it kind of suggests that promoters and people, I would never say this, I'm just saying it kind of suggests that they don't care about how you do what you do, they just want you.
Yeah, for real.
And that kind of gets a bit like, well, you know, I actually do love what I do.
Yeah, and it's work and blah, blah, blah. No doubt, man. Anyway, listen. We're going to play 2 in a row because we've got to kind of give the whole thing a bit of a breather. We've still got Danny in the mix. We've got a competition to give away some seriously exclusive vinyl that if you lot don't pick it up, I'm going to have to take it. And
bad tune, by the way.
Yeah, this is sick tune. And we're going to be talking more with Danny Bukem. Maybe talking about MP3s. We're talking about record sales. We're going to talk about everything within the next hour. It's Bukem and Fabio on Radio 1, Friday night, Saturday morning.
UK thing, it's a worldwide thing. Drum and bass on Radio 1.
Radio 1.
Radio 1.
That is nice, man. That is Red Eyes and a track entitled Stories.
That, do you know what that is, Fabs? That sounds like Alex really speed days.
Yeah,
you know?
for real.
Something that you would be playing all day long. You know?
Oh man,
the real bass line.
Those days. But there's a lot of good tunes around, Dan. There's a lot of great stuff around.
Amazing.
People that it's kind of taking it back. It's taking it back, man, and a lot of simplicity. People just knowing that music's about a vibe more than anything else, really. You know what I'm saying?
I think it proves that, and that vibe's timeless.
Yeah.
And it can go round and round and round and round until me and you are dead.
Yep. And we have got a question of that. Everyone emailed in, and we kind of asked everyone to email in some questions. So it's questions and answers with Bukem. This is the last part. Shoot.
Hi Danny, this is Ben from Cambridge. Just wondering where's Good Looking Records heading. I've got any plans for the future, any tours, and what's going on with the website?
Yeah, good question. The website is goodlooking.org, O-R-G, so everyone can go and check that out and get a piece of what we're up to. We're kind of like going back to the beginning in a funny sense, because we've kind of done the 12 albums a year, 36 12s and 17, 20 staff and 30 artists and done the whole thing. I think I'm going back to how I kind of began with putting out 3 or 4 projects a year that you can really spend some time and effort on, making them good and worthwhile, and doing a lot more of my own music, because I don't know, I think I'm missing just my own music in what I did and how I started this whole thing in the first place. So that is very, very important. But on the website, and we're going to hopefully have a good community section and kind of get all angles of the music together and people talking on the website and stuff. So yeah, the future is definitely bright. It's cool.
I have a question for the great LTJ Bukem. My name is Zane Lowe. This is my question. Bukem, when you're making a piece of music, more often than not, if you generalize for me, what does it start with? Does it start with a melodic idea, or does it start with a break and a drum beat?
That's a good question. Actually, for me, it starts with just a bit of inspiration, and that's genuinely in the form of a discovered sample. So that could be a pad, that could be like a weirdly played saxophone or a trumpet, or it could be the most amazing break from an old tune that hasn't been used before, or it could be any singular one thing, and you think, that's for me, I've got to start and write a tune around that. I'm not kind of one of these guys that has a list on the wall, step 1, the pad, step 2, the break, step 3, the bass, and I can't work in that way. Some people can, but for me, it's just a moment of inspiration that then develops onto be a tune.
Hi, Bukem, it's Scott Mills here from Radio 1. Now, as you know, I am a pioneer of drum and bass, a lot on my show in the afternoons, but I'm just wondering what your opinion is. What's best? Is it drum or is it bass? Because you favour drum, don't you, chappers?
I do. It's drum all the time for me, yeah.
See, for me, it's easily bass.
Really?
Bass wins over every time.
I think you're wrong.
So we'd just like to know what you think.
I'll take that question with a pinch of salt. but no, I mean, actually, it's not a question that I haven't been asked before. But I mean, in reality, a groove consists of both those things. You know, you couldn't go out to a party and just hear drum, could you? And you certainly couldn't just go out and hear bass. It's a culmination of the two. It's the amalgamation of the two, and they both need to be there to form the perfect groove, I think.
That's a beautiful answer.
So I like drum and bass.
I didn't. Zane Lowe and Scott Mills, yeah? All right, is that what's going down, right?
Yeah, don't forget it's my show, right, Fabs?
Listen, quickly, we're going to have to talk some football. What did you think of the season this season? Did you think it was a good one?
Well, as you know, I don't actually support a team like
no, that
you,
is just.
I just actually watch.
That is so weird.
No, it isn't, mate. I just, you know me. I play football. I've got 3 bad knees, and I just love playing football and watching great football. But it was a good season. It was getting quite close towards the end, and I think the best team won. I'm actually more into the Spanish league right now.
Yeah, for
with
real.
What's going on in the last 5 games?
Because it's been very exciting, hasn't it?
Oh man, every single Sunday you got like back to back at your 3 games, Madrid and.
What do you reckon?
Boy, do you know what? I think Madrid are going to do it. I do actually, yeah. I do, yeah.
I don't know. They got Bilbao or something like that on. I think they could crash.
Yeah, it's always that's the excitement of it. It's always everyone's always got a potential like banana skin, you know. So it's all good, man. Yeah.
And plus, Man United have brought 2 very, very good players. Anderson, a Brazilian 19-year-old, and a Portuguese guy, 19 as well. From
that's not the guy that balances the ball on his head, is it? And runs all over the pitch.
I think it is. Yeah.
Have you seen that on YouTube?
Yeah. Those 2 guys with Rooney and Ronaldo.
Danger.
Oh, for real.
Dangerous, man. Dangerous.
But anyway, listen, we have got Danny Bukem in the mix coming up in around 15 minutes time. We've also got much more things to talk about before the end of the show. I know Bookham's going to like this. This is a track. I love this tune. Atlantic Connection, a track entitled Smoky Blue. This thing is deep.
Yeah, man.
Sound of Atlantic Connection, a track entitled Smoky Blue. It's Bukem and Fab in the house tonight. I've got to read out some text messages. You Beauty, I love this track. You've made my night. Love Joe. Stuck in traffic jam on M6. See, you know, Daddy don't get called beautiful, does he? Right, hey Fabio, can you give Dex from Swindon a shout on the M4? Just got back from Benidorm, love the show, respect. And big up your chest, Fab. We've just returned from our local pub and the music sound is fresh as ever. It's come from Kev, Ash, Chutney and Feeks in Leeds. A few more of your texts to read out before the end of the show. Brand new from Spirit. Big shout to Spirit. All the crew down there in New York. Big shout going out to Christian Bruner. Big shout going out to MC Conrad as well. No, he'll be listening. Standardly. We've got more of the Bukem straight after this. sound of Spirit, a track entitled Fall. Dan, you have got your competition to read out.
Yeah, we have, mate. What we're giving away with the competition are tickets to a Bukem live gig at Fabric, end of this month, our residency. If you haven't been down there, it's got players in room 1 and sessions in room 2. It's a great night.
Yeah, it's a wicked night, man.
Always like 2,500, 3,000 strong in the place and just going off all the time.
Yeah, man.
It's great.
Crazy. I think.
So if you'd like to win VIP tickets to that, so you might have to queue up, you go straight in. You never know, I might even buy you a drink.
Whatever.
I doubt it. But,
That's pushing it. Trust me.
And also, some of the tracks have been given away. The Aquarius, which is actually Photech, just for the centre, original copy. Also the Bell tune from Visible Man from back in '94. And the next tune I think we're going to play as well, which is actually a tune from back in the day as well, '93, '94, from the Q Project, would you believe?
Because it's that long, man.
Absolutely, man. And this track is a classic in my mind anyway. It's just does me in. The sample's actually from Noylis and Smith, and it moves me. And it's called the Instrumental. So to get all those bits and pieces, you have to answer this question. 2 years ago, when we last released a record on Good Looking Records, it was a 12-inch, and what was the name of that 12-inch, please? And the first correct answer wins. If it's you, the show team will call you back in a week, and you'll have all these goodies and the tickets, and be a bit better off than you were before you answered.
Yeah, man. So that is a wicked prize, wicked prize. I'm going to enter as well.
So if you think you know, don't forget to text 81199 or email fabio@bbc.co.uk.
And this is wicked. This Q Project, it's amazing to think Quiff is still going, man. You know what I mean? Like 13, 14 years, man, and he's still out there doing his thing, man.
Some people are just meant to be, and these boys they will be, when the scene's dead, they'll be still there doing it,
Did you know the first time I saw him, and you was good mates with him, is at Speed, I thought they were the Chemical Brothers. Yeah. Like I said, you know what, Chemical Brothers come down Speed, But no, that's Q Project.
And they give me a dat.
With drum and bass. What do you know?
This tune's emotional though to me, man.
But we have got your mix as well, man. We're not going to forget that, and we're going to have a little talk with you after this as well, yeah?
Absolutely, yeah, wicked.
Text Fabio now on 81199.
Radio 1.
Hey yo Fabio, stop that. Re-engage it. Second time, set it blazing, 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 blazing.
crazy stereo effects on this tune, man. Tell me, because I don't actually. Actually, you got questions to read out. Let's do that first.
Yeah, let's just make sure everyone's got the questions so they can win the goodies. What was the last track Good Looking Records released 2 years ago? 12-inch record, quite a big track. Give us the name, the track of the artist, and those bits and pieces are yours.
Wicked. And what do you write into?
Of course, email fabio@bbc.co.uk or text in 81199.
Wicked stuff, man. And this track, you know, I don't know a lot about studio stuff, but I don't hear that much drum and bass tracks with stereo effects. Do people use them a lot?
Yeah, do you know what? It's actually, just listen to that now, and we all said, oh, listen to that stereo. I'm like, I haven't actually heard. I think I got a track the other day by
Subaruko. Yeah.
It had exactly the same kind of thing. That went kind of left and right, And I don't know, I suppose you get it a couple of times, but it's actually quite hard to mix.
Yeah,
because
that's what it is.
You think about it, you put your headphone on one ear, and you're missing points kind of thing. So I'm like, I won't play that track then.
You're right, you know, it is a bit, and maybe even in a club listening to it would be a bit of a nightmare, man.
Yeah.
Listen, what do you think of the smoking ban as well? Because you got to remember, 3 weeks time we've got the smoking ban coming in. What's your take on it? Because you've been to places, of course, and where the smoking ban's been enforced for a few years. What effect do you see in nightclubs?
Well, none for me.
Don't you find sometimes though people just disappear and they've gone to have a fag?
Well, no, basically, I was doing that massive club in New York.
Yeah.
That's a famous hip-hop club.
Yeah.
And I was doing a thing with a live band. And there was like a couple of thousand people in there. And this is when the band just started over there. And I basically looked up. Everyone had gone. And I'm like, I know that tune ain't that bad.
Yeah.
And like you said, everyone went out for a 10-minute break.
Yeah.
And then come back in again.
Yeah.
Like it was standard.
For real.
And that totally disrupted the flow.
That
and what I was doing, and that for me is where I'm kind of thinking, oh, is that what's going to happen now, kind of thing, you know?
Exactly the same thing happened to me in Perth, and the dance floor just cleared, and I looked at the promoter like, oh, I'm really sorry.
Yeah.
That tune normally goes down pretty well, and he was like, no, it's cool. Everyone's going out for a fab, great, and it is quite disruptive, especially if you're taking people on a journey and you're doing your thing. But Dan, it's one of those things we've got to live with, and I actually think it's but anyway, I'm not even going to go into it.
Thing is, if you don't want to smoke, then don't go to the club.
Yeah.
If you don't want that, then don't. I mean, it's, you know, I've always thought that if you don't want to be somewhere in life, then don't be there.
Yeah, I know.
It's not something that we need to be told.
Like if you don't want to watch something, switch it off, innit?
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
But listen, we got your mix coming up soon, but you know, you've been through a lot of changes in the last 6 months or so. Something's really deep's happened to you. We haven't got loads of time for you to explain it, but you really need to kind of like
touch
let everyone hear what's actually going on. But you found your mother, right?
Yeah, I mean, let's start off with saying a lot of people that don't already know, I was adopted from birth. So from like 12 weeks old, my mother couldn't look after me for whatever reason and gave me away, blah, blah, blah. And I got so much love for the guys that adopted me and brought me to this point here today. And that has to be said.
Yeah, you speak about them all the time, and it's great stuff.
That has to be said, you know. And they've been great support to me. But anyway, I've always wanted to find who my real parents were and stuff, because I feel in life, you go through life as an individual searching for something anyway. You know, there's so many lost people in this world today, and we're all constantly searching for something to kind of bring us out of that lost state. And I think I've been in that state for quite all my life, really, because I don't know, I think LTJ Bukem was born out of me striving to prove something to myself and the world when I thought I was worthless as a child because I was given away.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's a whole other story in itself, of course, but anyway, my friend was actually bizarrely selling diamonds in Africa. And he phones me one day from Uganda and he says, Dan, he says, what's your real name? Your family name? So I told him my family name. He phones back an hour later and says, Dan, you better sit down. You know, there's no one that I don't talk to out here in Africa that don't know you and your name and your family name.
That's incredible.
So I'm like, boy, it's a bit deep, man. So I set up this scenario with him. I said, look, basically you go and pretend your mother wants to get in contact with my mother and you want to connect after all these years and find out where she is. So 2 twos, he does that. He phones back the next day. He says, Dan, I'm sitting in a cafe with your uncle. So I'm like, hold on a minute, man. Just, have you got a picture phone? Yeah, take a picture, send it over. Takes his picture, sends it over to me. I'm looking at myself, right? And for the first time in my life, I'm like seeing some of my own blood, if you like,
for real.
And it's just the most.
That must have centered you at that moment. So that must have like been earthed. Do you know what I mean?
No, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Earth is the correct word, Fabs. It just kind of. I just had this amazing, like, kind of. I started to have this kind of settling feeling about me, And then, I mean, in a day I could talk to you forever, but the number was acquired from my mother, and she's been living in Paris for like 30 years, would you believe? down the road from me, and I just basically ran the number up and says, "Listen, it's me, your son that you gave away, blah blah blah," and we've been talking for the last 2 months, and it's just blown my mind, but also. It stopped me feeling like in my life I have to go and prove something to anyone. I feel like I've got nothing to prove to no one. I'm like, what have I been doing even trying to prove myself to anyone? This is me, this is what I do, this is what I've achieved, this is who I am, and I'm happy.
So how do you feel about meeting her now? Are you nervous? Are you...
Most people are saying to me, like, am I going to be nervous? I'm actually going to meet her next week. So
what, you're going over to Paris, yeah?
I'm gonna fly over for 3 days and just go and find a nice quiet place and sit and just talk. I mean, my mother's Ugandan, and the maddest thing, my father's Egyptian.
Really, yeah? Me though, yeah.
What's some garlic?
What's some garlic, yeah? Okay, damn.
Pharaoh Bukem. Yeah, so I'm kind of like, I don't know, man. It's just a lot of people that know me keep saying to me, like, why are you so chilled out at the moment? And why do you seem just so relaxed? And I do, man. It's like all those troubles I've ever had inside my mind for all these years seem to have gone.
Yeah, man.
And psychologically, I just feel the most settled human being, and I feel so excited about finding out who I am, because you almost know who you are. Your root's the most important thing that you have, and ultimately, if you haven't got those, then
and your mother, which is you know what we all the dad thing is all good, but your mother is you finding your mother is just something that will settle you in your soul for the rest of your days. Now, I mean, you found her, and it's probably a great age to found her as well, Danny. Now, when you've achieved things in your life and you've reached a certain point, and to find your mother now is just an incredible story.
No, it is. I mean, my girl's African, and her. When I told those guys about all that, they've always been telling me about my heritage, and because there's like about 20 million of them, you know what I mean, in the family, and they've always been sitting me down and telling me about this African, this and that and that, and now they found this out. The other day we just sat up all night and they were just telling me things, and it's just
deep.
It's just deep, man. Yeah, it's just so deep. And it's funny because for a long time I didn't know obviously who the father was, and I actually thought as an English father I was mixed race or something, or
I didn't know what you was actually. I sat down and thought, what is it?
Some funny looking brat,
alien kind of thing.
Yeah, thanks, Fab.
No, not in that way.
No, I know what you're saying, man.
You know what I'm saying?
But it kind of, I was never. I was like, I don't believe that I am. And now, when I've been told, I'm kind of like, well, that makes sense, That
makes sense, and your life makes sense now as well, man.
It does, man. I mean, she's been telling me things like, when I was in her belly, she was going out dancing to Lonnie Liston-Smith, Herbie Hancock, Roy Ayers, all these same people. We sat and talked about music like I was talking to you, Fabs, It's like the weirdest thing, the weirdest thing. And also, my parents that adopted me have been so supportive of what I'm doing, and they all want to meet up with each other, and it's just so. I can't even.
Well, I know
lots of words.
Your parents that adopted you—you've always spoken so highly of them, man, and
absolutely,
they must be so happy for you as well, man. Do you know what I'm saying?
No, they are, man. I mean, just
so happy for you.
Yeah, it's just. I'm lost for words. You know what? Play the tune, man.
Yeah, listen. My producer's scratching his head. I'm like, if you don't want to talk about this thing, surprise, with Silla, okay? No, but that has touched me, Dan, and I'm really happy for you, man. And
I got to say as well, if it weren't for my girl,
yeah, for sure.
I mean, in a day. A sole source of strength for me in all this time, and she's had to put up with enough rubbish from me being LTJ Bukem and going living the life we live our life as,
for sure.
And she kind of was the main instigator in going to find out about who she was and where she was, and always told me that will be the biggest one settling thing in your life, and you know what, she's right,
and it's happened, man.
Yeah,
incredible, man. Anyway, best of luck with everything, Dan. Best of luck with going to meet her. Don't be nervous. It'll be all good, man. And man, that's deep. Well, anyway, listen, we got you in the mix coming up after this track, so...
Which is actually not me in the mix here now. It's, it's
you in the mix from another time.
That's right, yeah.
Yep?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so this mix was taken from. Can you hear me in the mic here? Yeah, this mix was taken from Heidelberg a few weeks ago. Myself and MC Conrad, big up the cons, who's also got an album coming out soon on Good Looking, which you must check out. Goodlooking.org, of course. But this is from Heidelberg, and it's me and Conrad. Heidelberg's about an hour north from Mannheim, Frankfurt in Germany, and there you go. Hope you enjoy.
Penetration's easy into your psychology. LTJ Bukem, rock your world.
Time has absolutely flown tonight. I can't believe we've come to the end of the show. So, Dan, listen, that sounded like a wicked night, man.
It's heavy, man. We've been going to the same place for like 10 years. Actually, I got a big up Spemmy here who has been bringing us out there. It's absolutely amazing group of crowd of people we've put up over there. You know Germany's bad, mate. You're going
for real.
You're there tomorrow, aren't you?
Yep. No doubt, man.
Yeah.
So, anyone you want to big up, Dan?
Just really want to big up all the people that have helped and supported myself and this kind of amazing journey that I've been on with music. There's been a lot of people involved, and I just want to say I love you all. And of course, my main man, Conrad, Tony, and my missus, and and just go to goodlooking.org. We've got a lot of stuff coming out. Conrad album, old school DVD, new sessions DVD. We're back in the fray, and keep in touch with the website and check us out.
And Dan, I'll tell you one thing, we have many legends, and in drum and bass we have about 10 to 15 legends, and I don't think anyone is as uncompromising as you. No one's stuck to their guns more than you. No one's stuck to their sound more than you. And it's been a rocky road. And we've had times. I remember when we used to play Paradise Club, and everyone used to kind of like go home as soon as we came on. Remember?
Listen,
back in '93 and places like that. And
you know what? It's funny you say that. My girl reminds me of that regularly.
Yeah, remember people used to be just like, as soon as we used to come on, people used to go. And that is the reason why we decided to do Speed, because we didn't really feel that there was a place for what we did.
That's
and
right.
Dan, you've still kept at it, and all this stuff with your mother and everything that's happening to you right now is it shows that this journey is worth it, man. And,
absolutely, man.
Big ups and respect for you, and you just keep on doing what you're doing, man.
Yeah, bruv, no doubt.
And we're gonna get you back.
Too.
We'll do another show like this, man.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the co-hosting. Yeah, it's good. It's good. Next time I'll let you say a bit more.
Thank you very much, Dan.
My pleasure.
But no, thanks for coming in, and remember the competition. If you want to get those tracks, 81199. And the logical progressions are at Fabric. Is that once every 2 months?
No, it's the last Friday every month, apart from, say, August, September when I go on tour. And also, as well, at the end of the year, once a year now, of course, Logical Progression, the first gig that you and Groove and everyone played at, on the 21st December 95 in Ministry. And we're doing that every year now. And so I want to get yourself, Groove, Goldie, all the guys that, for me, it's just, what I do, man, because us lot kind of got together back in the day, also with Giles Peterson and Soul to Soul, and we're all kind of one unit that kind of evolved at the same time, Yeah, man. And I want to have that party every year. So 21st December this year, Ministry, old school gig, taking over the whole place. Gonna do it memory style for you all once again.
Great stuff, man. Anyway, Dan, listen, thanks for coming in. I'll see you again soon on the road, no doubt.
Absolutely.
And lastly, when are you back in London? When's your next gig in London?
I actually think the next London thing I'm doing is the Fabric end of the month.
Okay.
Yeah.
So catch Danny at the end of June, just before the smoking ban.
Come down from chuff.
All right, Dan, listen. Take care of yourself. Next week, we've got Groove Rider in the house, back with Rider Radio. Have you heard Rider Radio? It's brilliant, man. And Kutski's coming up in the new DJs We Trust straight after us. If you want to listen again, go to bbc.co.uk/Radio 1 and click on my face. That's click, by the way. And next week, you've got Rider. Kutski up next. Fabio saying peace out.
trust on Radio 1.